slams for two, compliments of Tyrese Maxey. We'll be hearing it as the Sixers have heard it through these first two games. From, you figure, 10, 11,000 fans for the first time all year. And of course, all of the Sixers won game one, but as we looked at the stat sheet, we got a little picky and saw the Wizards shooting as well as they did, under 57%. So again, the
What's up, Philadelphia sports fans? I am Anthony Pinto. You are Chat. We are War Room Philly. We got a solo show for now. Stay tuned. Keith could be with us. If not, you're the co-host tonight, Chat. And you're the favorite co-host anyway. Here's the game plan. I'm drawing it up. I'm Doc Rivers. I got the whiteboard. And I want to go... I kind of just want to talk Sixers tonight. I don't want to ignore the Phillies, though. So if there's any Phillies talk that you want to get into, we can do that. But as far as tonight goes, it's going to be a short, sweet, simple show. We don't have to use Eagles filler. Anything that happened with the Eagles, like nothing breaking happened, right? So anything going on, we can get back to. We can do that. It's not going anywhere. There will always be time for Eagles talk. And you guys get that everywhere else anyway. So I just want to... talk some Sixers, and I want to talk anything. Obviously, as always, Chat, if you bring it up, we're going to talk about it. You can bring up the most random of things. We'll talk about it. Sixers heavy tonight. It's a playoff show. And, obviously, everything's in play for the Phillies, too. Here's the thing with the Phillies. They're just, what are they, one game under 500 right now, or above? I think they're one game under. They're just meddling along, and... the thing about the Phillies right now, Chat, is that we just kind of got to wait the next 2-3 weeks. And I may have said this last show, and this is going to kind of be my mantra for the Phillies. We just got to wait a little bit, 2-3 weeks, then it'll be trade season, and then, look, Dombrowski's got to get to work. Because right now your outfield is... meddling. Your pitching staff is being glued together via the starters, and you just need to add pop. Really, specifically outfield pop. Whether it be a corner outfield, if you can go and get, sort of make another Jay Bruce-esque move, you go and do that. But really this team, and I said this, wake me up, I said this last year, this team still needs at least 2 moves via the trade deadline to become contenders. Because right now you see that their farm system has failed them miserably. The MLB has already figured out Nick Maton and its breaking balls, and all of them. So... now it's, you're working with your 4th and 5th starters have now been patchwork in Vince Velasquez and now Spencer Howard. And if you can get them going and get them consistent, look, Vince Velasquez, and stop me if you've heard this before, it's a stretch. Hopefully, though, this is the time that he just finds his consistency, because there is some, look, I am captain of the Vince Velasquez hater ship, right? So, but there are some differences. Now, here's the one thing. Everyone has to stop with Vinny Velo. If anything, let's just call him Vince. Because he's matured, and he's a different pitcher. And it's not via the velocity. He's throwing his breaking ball stuffs. He's throwing it first pitch breaking balls. He's pitching differently than we have ever seen throughout his career. He's done it in spurts here and there, but this even has been probably the longest stretch where he has pitched the way he's pitching at the level he's pitching. Honestly, if you can get something like this, even, you figure there's going to be some downs, you could take that out of a fourth or fifth starter. Spencer Howard, got to get him going past the fourth inning, but today looked better. Today he looked better. Stunned with the Nola hate. I haven't read anything from chat yet since right off the top, and I see Stun. I hate Nola. Now look, I might be known as a Nola critic. I think. I'm the, I bring up the is Nola an ace a lot, but hate Nola. That's rough. That's rough. The man's been pretty good. Before we anoint him an ace, I need to see him pitch a September. And then we can go from there. Then we can really have all of the conversations. But hate Nola. Oof. Outside of Wheels and Vinny, they are a crapshoot. Nah, Nola, look. Ooh, my boy. Nola's been good. He's been good. He's had up and down starts. He's, inconsistent, and that's not what an ace is. But, man, Nola and Wheeler are still a good 1-2 punch. I'm not saying they're Hall of Famers or the best 1-2 punch that the world has ever seen or even the Phillies has ever seen, but they're good. That's an adequate starting two. But Phillies will finish fourth. Potentially, Joe. Potentially. But yeah, again, if there's any other Phillies talk, that was sort of my Phillies rant, if you want. But tonight, it's all about chat. Who's on the back of the shirt? Chat? Oh yeah. It's the Ben Simmons. It's the same shirt I wore last night when my man Ben put down 22 on everyone. He said, "Oh, you need more offense? Hey, I'll give you more offense." Credit to Doc Rivers, who just schemed it up different, and Ben will have a 30-point triple-double in Game 3. I don't know about that, because I think what you're going to have, actually, I don't want to sound like Captain Obvious here, but Embiid's going to get his Game 3. Embiid will probably get his. He's due. He's been sitting quietly back in the shadows Game 1 and 2. Shout out to Dwight Howard, who is just, again, that's the other shirt I've been rocking a lot this season, chat. It's been Dwight Howard and Ben Simmons, the shirts I've been rocking a lot. And look, man, guys, I don't know why I said look, man. It's like I was talking to Keith. But chat, Dwight Howard is an MVP, not an MVP. Oh, I think he was a former. But he's a potential Hall of Fame candidate. And he is just, I personally think he's been the right guy in the corner for Joel Embiid this year, too. And he is, I equate the Dwight Howard, I equate Danny Green, even when I was spitting every day to trade Danny Green, I said it wasn't a personal thing. It wasn't that I didn't like Danny Green. It's that you needed his number to fit most of the deals. But the thing about Danny Green is he brings 3 rings. The thing about Dwight Howard, fresh off of a ring. And Dwight Howard has a Hall of Fame career. These guys are character builders. These are the Garrett Blunt. These are Chris Long. Like, if the season goes magically, which I don't even want to even dream of yet, but that's what you're going to equate those moves to. Even in the short, even if it doesn't end in a championship, I've still been doing it all year. Those guys come in and tell you guys, hey, it's time to win. Like, let's put this pussyfooting around. There's no more it's play ball. Like, screw the process. It's play ball. Matisse reminds me of Bruce Bowen. It's pretty good. Dwight Howard has been a great addition. Yeah, good. I mean, how can I disagree? I just went on a Dwight Howard rant. But can we potentially with the defense? Oh yeah, Matisse. Look, Joe, you have been following closer than anyone to this show. You know, day one, I was a huge Matisse fan. And I'm confident. I am so confident that his 3 will come. I'm actually shocked that it actually feels like his offensive game has regressed this year. But his defense is all NBA. You have him, you have Ben Simmons, And then, look, Joel Embiid does his, but I think Joel Embiid gets noticed offensively a lot. Let's not forget that he's a defensive player of the year candidate in his own right. I'm so glad we did. Chat, I've been thinking hard about those trade deadline shows, and if you go back and watch them, you probably think I'm a fool, right? But I'll defend myself too. Look, I've never said that I didn't like Maxey the player. Again, another guy, day one, I said, if there was an NCAA tournament, Maxey would not have made it to the Sixers. So that was another draft pick that I totally would have liked. I still wouldn't mind some veteran offense coming off the court instead of him. But man, I love seeing Maxey come in and do his thing. Short, quick bursts. Really quick bursts, in fact. But Maxey adds a dimension to the bench. He really does, and especially against Washington, who, and if you noticed in Game 1, what was working for Washington was their speed. You put Maxey in, and it kind of countered it. And that's something that he brings off the bench, offensively. And look, Shake Milton is lost right now. Shook Milton. He is lost. He actually put an insane move at the three-point line. He was at the left elbow of the three-point line, did a deke on a pass, and had not only an open three, but a wide open lane. And he chose neither and held onto the ball, let a defender get to him, and then passed it. And it was mind-boggling. And I look at that deadline, and going back to my original thought that brought all this is, at the trade deadline, I was very much the best move for this team is to probably trade Maxey, and over Shake Milton. In fact, I believe that may have been a two-person show, and both Keith and Kevin got on me. If not, I know for a fact, I remember, because it's not often that Keith gets on me, but Keith was very adamant to the Tyrese Maxey camp. And I'm like, look, I do remember both of them were on because, both of them weren't. Kevin was in chat because he corrected me when I was like, I said that Maxey has just been playing as a point guard, which he was, but he's listed as a shooting guard on Pro Basketball Focus or whatever, or Pro Basketball Reference. But right now, you're seeing Matisse playing as a 2 and moving off the ball and getting open. And I mean, he adds something to the bench. And personally right now, depending on the situation, if I'm Doc Rivers, I probably pull him over potentially Furkan and Shake Milton, depending on the spot. But here's the thing, right now, there's kind of a case to be made both ways. Do you play Shake? Do you play Tyrese Maxey? Personally, I think that you can kind of... So I still use Maxey in the ways that Rivers has been using him. But I personally, I probably stick with Shake Milton right now. I probably go Shake Milton, and I in Series 1... Because, look, not to sound cocky, looking at these two games, my prediction was Sixers in 4 this series. Russell Westbrook may not play the rest of it. Oh, by the way, if anyone wants to find me Popcorn Guy, I'll easily fight him on stream. That's a dead challenge. We could set up an outdoor stream, whatever it is. It's got to happen on my channel, though. I want the publicity. I'm tired of not doing dumb things on my channel. But I will clip it, send it to Popcorn Guy, Skinny Mac Miller. I can take you on, and I want to fight you because you're an ass. You're an absolute ass. Why would I fight him? Because he's an ass. And that's I'm so sick and tired of the everything of the Philadelphia fan stereotype, and that just plays into it. I'm absolutely tired of it. I totally want to fight that guy, and I'm not a violent person, but I think it would do great for my channel, my YouTube channel too. Follow the YouTube, subscribe. So number 1, I want to do it for publicity. But number 2, it's because I'm absolutely disgusted at his actions. I'm sick of hearing it. And there was in the game the other night, someone got spit on, but it happened in New York. And hey, nothing bad happens in New York, right? What about the fan who runs? They already got theirs. They already got theirs. But yeah, I would fight them too. Like, they're idiots. I don't understand why the crowd that's there at the game, it's already a slow baseball game, they're sitting there cheering for all these idiots running around on the field. Like, get off the field. I'm here for a game, not to watch some douchebag run around on the field. I already got a Double Herrera for that. I feel like sometimes you want to fight. I don't want to actually fist fight you, though, Joe. I just, like, want to put you in timeout. Like when you're messaging me during the Sixers game. See, what's weird about you, Joe, is you've been messaging me some crossed things, and I've just been ignoring you. But then you go and I check in the comments, and you have sound, logical comments. Sometimes I just want to call on you and check up. I'm like, yo, boy, my mans, is everything okay? But I've never once want to be like, man, I want to actually throw fists with Joe. Never once. But no, this guy, yeah, or like the idiots. But I saw skinny Mac Miller. I think I could take that little twig. Maybe not. I mean, but also I think that there's some merit in getting my ass kicked on stream. As long as it happens on my channel and I get the publicity, I'm kind of willing to do it. Like, I look at it as a win-win either way. Did he get a shipment from Colorado? Keith, I don't even... Wait, what? Keith coming out of left field with some random comments. What? But yeah, shout out to my co-host. I see you. But man... Wait, this guy gets on Joe. Yeah, Joe, Dennis, clarify for me. What was that last comment? This guy, clarify. Oh, man. I can't share my own channel. I didn't want to share my own channel. Oh, Yeah, maybe Joe's got his medical card. He just stopped down at the old dispensary, and then he was like, all right, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. Yeah, you're right. But again, Stun, let me know what that other one. But yeah, guys, again, getting back to the actual game at hand, I had to address. I'm glad that I got this far in, because look, that's the thing. Something like that. I mean, the Sixers dominated last night. And I think that this was Joe's comment was like, it was a absolute domination, and we'll sit here and talk about the popcorn guy. I'm glad I at least made it this far in before getting to that part. Oh, no, because look, you're saying I want violence. No, I don't want you guys, I just don't want to see chat getting on each other. But yeah, I'm not like, we don't have to be hippie kumbaya safe space here. We don't have to, we don't have to do that. But I just want you guys to get along in chat. Like, if you're going to disagree with sport, that's like, just do it somewhat respectfully, and also we don't have to just go out of our way. But no, like I said, I'm a little hard to read, I think, chat, and I'm sorry if I am. I go all over the place, but I'm a man of case by case basis. So I don't like to get pigeonholed in any one corner, whether it be anything. And I feel like more of this world needs that, We don't have to, just because you think one way, everything's got to be this one way. That came as nitpicking. Sure. Simmons is doing well against two guys who don't play defense. Don't get too excited. Well, Russ kind of does play defense, but Beal, you're right, he doesn't. But yeah, it's still the playoff. What's the like? What's the like merit or like? I'm looking for the words. Why are we afraid to get excited? Like, it's a playoff run. You're allowed to get excited. If they don't win the championship, it's not the end of the world. We'll be pissed when it happens. We'll be heartbroken to all hell. But, like, what is it with Philly? Like, it's something that, like, in the last, I don't know how many years, maybe since '08, maybe it was after we actually got one, but it's like, everyone's afraid to get their heart broken. And it's like, man, I've had it, all right? That happens every year anyway. Like, not winning is the norm. Getting the championship is that's when you explode. But what's this whole, don't get excited? I keep hearing that. Don't get excited. It's on it. Let's get excited. Who cares? What else do we have going good in our lives right now? Let's get excited. Who cares? If we don't win it all, then we'll be mad. Live in the moment. The Sixers are my favorite TV show, and right now I like how the season's going. Last season was a dreck. I needed to get a new director. That's how I look at sports. I look at it as it's my entertainment. Wait, I am defending. Joe, I will say this, although I did have last night watching the Sixers game, I was convinced I was going to have to put you in timeout today, but then throughout today, I was like, you know what? I think he's going to be all right. I think he's going to, because here, there's the thing. I don't like actually timing you out. Because it's like, I don't know why, I still haven't fixed the settings, but it's like a 5,000 second. Like, I want to time you out for like 2-3 minutes. Not like half the show. So, that's tough. It's tough. But yeah, I mean, Simmons, look, I actually accredit this to Doc Rivers. He's going to come at teams in different ways every night. That's why Tobias had his on game 1, and that's why game 2 you had Tobias. What did Tobias have, chat? Let me pull it up. I know Simmons and Embiid both had 22. This is game 1. That's not going to help me. That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, 19. So, it's just happening from all levels right now. And again, I give props to really what we all know we didn't have last year. No disrespect to Brett Brown. I like the guy. I said it many times during his time here. I want nothing more for him to be the guy that, wins us the championship. But he just showed that he couldn't do it. Enter Doc Rivers, a pretty respected head coach. Right now, things are right. Look, you kind of knew that they were going to look good against an 8 seed, right? Not trying to sound cocky, but just how basketball typically goes. Outside of people getting hurt, usually 1 seeds beat 8 seeds, and in an easy fashion. Not only that, the Sixers haven't lost to Washington all year. Even with Beal dropping, like 60 that one game? So, I just think that right now, everything's fine. We'll see. Round 2 could be an easy one too, but look, take it step by step, and then when we get to the Eastern Conference Finals, we'll see who we're up against. It's kind of nice that right now Milwaukee and the Heat are playing against each other, although it'd be nice if Milwaukee, or if the Heat actually showed up. Now, I know everyone's already... I I know everyone's already kind of writing the Heat off. Wait until the first game in Miami to do that. That's all I'll say. Wait until the first game in Miami to write off those guys. The loss of Victor Oladipo is big, though. That instantly makes me less scared of Miami. And at this point, I'm just hoping that they can just put a little bit of a bruising on Milwaukee. I just want to see Milwaukee and the Nets just take theirs as much as they can, and the Sixers just keep coasting. And yeah, that's what we got. That's it. They're playing in my. Are they? Is that game on currently? If it is, chat, I'm sorry. I'm not in tuned. I had a late afternoon getting home from work. Got my back all cracked at the chiropractor. Feeling good. Nothing better than when you have like 7 straight days of migraine. You get someone to just crack your back in the right spot, and all of a sudden your airways open up, and you're like, "Oh my god, it's gone!" Like that's miracle work right there. So yeah, with that, haven't got to look. Oh, 38-23. Well, it's a game of runs. But that's look, honestly, chat, the team that I'm probably more worried about the Bucks than I am the Nets. And again, I could be wrong and call me crazy. Crack your back. Wait, what? Did I say something wrong, Keith? Also, if you'd like to hop in at any point, feel free. Only series that's going to be competitive is Knicks Hawks. Yeah, and both of those teams are kind of bad. They're young. Like the Hawks, if they can get another superstar or something, maybe, but that's not how things go kind of in the NBA with Atlanta. And the Knicks are, the Tibbs got them going on, but the Tibbs usually has short runs, so we'll see. Is that what the kids calling it these days? Yeah. That's what the 32-year-old kids are calling it these days. Crack in the back, big time. I don't have a cup holder, chat, and it's making it hard for me to respect the wood. Do I put both of them here? It doesn't fit. But I want my coffee. Keith, where are your cup holders that you gave me? Most prepared streamer on Twitch, by the way. I figure I might as well finish this triple shot now, before it's 9 o'clock. Not getting any sleep tonight. So here I am doing it. Sorry, this isn't a singing stream. Yeah, I do look younger, right? That's the good genetics. It's the good genetics. You got the thinning hairline from wearing a headset for the past several years, but yeah, that's all right. It's the best. You just made my day, son. You just made my day. Yeah, just clicked over the odometer. So hearing that I look younger, yeah, chat. That's what I like to hear. But I digress, as I do best. No, but for real, chat, this is right now a well-oiled machine that I just, like, I'm enjoying game by game, don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, have you guys, oh yeah, I watched all 4 of them GG Easies that the Avalanche put up. I have watched hockey playoffs. What else? I've watched a lot of the Carolina-Nashville series just because it seemed like, for no particular reason other than timing. But yeah, I love the pucks. If I'm not watching it on the main screen, I got it on in the background. But yeah, I have been, and I'm very much like I'm watching the Avalanche. Like, they're the team that I'm like, all right, when are they on? I'm scheduling it. I'm not acting like I'm a fan of theirs. I mean, I like them, but obviously I'm a Flyers fan. But yeah, how about the Golden Knights possibly losing to the Wild? Yeah, I actually haven't I fell asleep to some of that game last night, but my power kept going on and off, so it was like really annoying and hard to focus when you're like, oh, it's off. Oh, it's on. Oh, it's off. It's on. And it's like 10 plus at night, and you're like, all right, I gotta go to bed. Noises keep happening in my house every time the power comes on and off. Let's go. I think finally around 11ish or so, it steadied out, and we got power. Crazy thunderstorms last night too, chat, huh? Avalanche are winning the cup. You said it, not me. Actually, yes, I did say it. And in fact, man, shout out to our boy Kevin Christian, who said they may be the best hockey team he has seen since the 1997 Detroit Red Wings, which obviously strikes a nerve with any of the Flyers fans who are young enough or old enough to remember that one. But look, I'm rooting for that Avalanche team. I'm not a fan. I'm a Flyers fan, but I like sports, right? So I try to root for I root for other teams too, just to make it interesting for myself. I'm not a bettor, so there's like teams that I've liked since I was young that I try to remain loyal to, and the Avalanche have been the easiest team to stay like loyal to. Throughout my whole, they're never in the Flyers' way, seemingly. Like there's never really, because once that there's bad blood, then something happens. But it's just, yeah, I like the Avalanche, and I would love to go out to the Colorado parade. That'd be fun. There's probably just reggae music playing. Literally floating down the Denver. Can you explain to me why people love Lindros and hate Drew? People hated Lindros back in the day, though, Joe. I think we've gotten to we've talked about this recently, where we're about the same age. But man, if people love Lindros now, and wait until 10 years after Giroux's. When 10 years after Giroux's gone, they're going to love him. And again, I still think that the silent majority like Giroux. It's the loud minority that bash him. It's the loud minority that bash Ben Simmons. They're the same. They're not every single person, but for the most part, they're the same people. It's your casual sports fan that somehow always seems to have the time to call in the sports talk. But I tend, and hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm trying to see things through Philadelphia colored glasses. Drew will be a Hall of Famer. Right, maybe I got that. Let's pocket that one, Joe. I want to do some research on that, but I don't want to do it right now. G will get the man. We wasted his career treatment. I mean, we do that with Lindros. Anthony described the WIP caller to a T. Yeah. He's going to possibly finish number 2 in Flyers history in point. Oh, he's a Flyers Hall of Famer, no doubt. 28 gets retired. I mean, Chad, man, I love Giroux. I mean, if you go back, I love all of this. When Ryan Howard was getting bashed, I was always a big Ryan Howard supporter. When McNabb was getting bashed, I was always a big McNabb supporter. And you guys know I'm not Mr. Sun. Like, that's Keith as Mr. Sunshine. I tend to bring the darkness to this show. But it's just, at the end of the day, I calls it like I sees it. And I rarely to never put on a front. Every now and then I'll troll here and there. But I feel like you guys should be able to pick up on that, especially visually. You should know if I'm trolling. Like them thunderstorms last night. They were. You bring the darkness. Oh, like the yeah, I do. I bring the darkness. I would like to make a Funko bet with Mr. Anthony Pinto right this second. Wait, what are we betting on, Keith? What are we betting on? Drew Abs. Oh, that's too long of a play. You're talking to like a 7-year play there. I'm not gonna be able to remember that from 7 years. But I mean, yeah, I will gladly buy you a Funko Pop. I'll buy you a Flyers theme Funko Pop. I'm sure there'll be some available by then. Yeah, we could do that. In fact, that should be the new theme of the show. Instead of because obviously like this, I know there's a sandwich bet currently going on, and that's something that we've all heard on the radio stations. So maybe here we go. It's a Funko bet. I like that, Keith. That's a good one. And I will oversee all deals and trades and inspect all boxes. But yeah, that's one thing. When we redo the stream room, I'll make sure that more of the Funko Pops are in view. Although I see Keith, if you guys see right behind there, that's another Keith's ones always seem to find it in frame, but that one Keith got me. The little Kylo Ren and the TIE Fighter. Yeah, it's really and the thing about like the best part of the Funkos is buying it. So like even like I like buying them as gifts for people, assuming they don't hate me for getting them. Because it's like, you know, you're like, oh, this reminds me of like us almost, you know. So I digress as I do best. I'm like Keith. I say to Keith before the show, I'm like, I want to keep it real short, sweet, and tight. And here we are talking Funko Pops, and I got no gripes. I got no gripes at all. I'm out here talking sports talk with my favorite people. Life is good. Oh, and yes, Keith. Yeah, I firmly believe you would never go at ESP if you were not this close to me over all of these years. I've never seen you go at anybody like you do ESP. It's rubbed off on me too. Like when I see him tweet at this point, I'm like, this douchebag. But it's rubbed off on me. His Eagles tweets are. His Eagles thoughts are lackluster. Let's just go with that. He's got worse takes than me. That's Joe, and that's something that you've acquired over the last few years is your self-deprecation, and that's I'd like to think that is us rubbing off on you too, because we're big fans of self-deprecation here at War Room Philly, and that's what we like to do. We like to make fun of ourselves more than we make fun of each other, right? You somehow lowered my threshold for stupidity. Oh man, yeah. So yeah, so at this point where it seems like we're all just joking, laughing, and having some fun. So I can shift gears, and if there's any final thoughts on anything, now's the time to get them in. We'll just hang out. I'm not running away. Whose words? Yeah. Here's the thing. It's easier. I don't want to like actually call out people by their names, because it's like, even though everyone knows who I'm saying when I say ESP, but yeah, I'll go with Keith's because the other guy, it's easy. If you don't like him, just change the station or whatever. But ESP is like, he's supposed to be a source from the Eagles to us, and it feels like most of the time he's just telling us what the Eagles want us to hear. And it's like I'm not trying to like be personal with the guy or anything, but the Philadelphia fan base deserves more than propaganda. Like sometimes he's literally it feels like he's just writing in Midnight Green 2 + 2 = 5, and it feels really bizarre. But here's my thing about on-air hosts, and I'd say the same thing that anyone ever disses me. If you don't like them, just tune out. It's always the easiest. Like if anyone ever did, anytime anyone said something bad to me on the YouTube, I'm like, hey, thanks for watching. if I made you mad, don't watch again. Like, I'm sorry. It's okay. There's no reason to like personally attack me. If you feel that mad about me, just don't watch me. I want everyone to watch. I want to be the very best. But, there's no, at the end of the day, I also don't want to get like insulted like personally for anything other than my sports takes. Yeah, see, again, I don't want this chat. Look, here's the thing, because I still want to get into the business, so I don't want to just sit here and bash people. And if that's how you feel about people, that's cool. That's fine. But who's the best? See, that I can do. If we want to do things in a positive light, I probably can do that. And I would say Jeff McLean as far as the best. Because he doesn't... It's not like he's, an ass. He asks tough questions, and he follows up. He follows up, which I think a lot of writers don't do enough in the press conferences anymore. Bowen's good, yeah. But, so Heat, it's 49-36. So still reachable for the Heat, but going off of what we've been going off of, doesn't look good. Doesn't look good for the Heat, for sure. Again, I'm just kind of hoping that they can make that series last. Because as far as it goes, I just want to. The more not beat up injury wise, but the more battle tested, the more film, the better the Sixers' chances, right? Tim Panat, she was pretty good, yeah. All of a sudden, it wouldn't let you watch. Had to restart your phone. That's wild. It's wild. Stun. My man Stun's always got some. Yo, props to you though. You always seem to have some technical difficulties on your end or something, but you're always here. Not always. You're always fighting through it, and yeah, I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. Marcus Hayes' opinion? I'd rather not. Let's go with that. Almost. I have thrown phones and I've broken them that way. And I say phones plural. So, yeah, heard that. Very short temper. That's why now we got. Make sure you get the nice phone case. A nice big brick. This phone's new. I almost dropped it for the first time today, chat. Right before the ground, I caught it, and I was like, yo, kid still got it, unlike Aguilar. Oh, man. But yeah. So, yeah, chat, rounding it out and coming in for a landing. We didn't really get in, we had that good Phillies, I'll call it, I hope it was good, but I had that little Phillies rant that I opened up with. An Italian guy with a temper. And I'm Italian, Greek, and Irish. If I was German, I would just be red. Like, that's the only, like, temper bloodline that I wasn't graced with, apparently. So, yeah. Quick to the temper, but I try to keep the low baseline. I try to keep the low baseline. What do we want to do the Flyers off season? We're gonna get to that, Joe. That's like a full show, and we kind of talk. Actually, Joe, you should do is check out the show with Kevin Christian on. I think it was last week's show. I can even try to like point you into the Flyers section of it. I can try to timestamp it for you. But we did a pretty hefty Flyers talk last week. We had Kevin on, and we got into it. So I don't want to like toot my own horn and like be like, oh, go watch the YouTube. But hey, while we're here, subscribe to the YouTube, comment on all those videos, and that's we got into all of that last week, Joe. So while we're rounding it out, I don't want to like just kind of regurgitate. But you're also loyal enough that if you don't have the time to do it, we can talk off air. And yeah, you know. Joe's comment. Maybe you muted him by accident. Just give it a quick restart. But well, again, it's almost the end of the. Yeah, I told you that. I told you that beforehand, Joe. I said it's actually because you were making the sly comments that it was going to be all Sixers, and I said to you on Facebook, facebook.com/warroomphilly, I said to you it's actually going to be a Flyers heavy show. And yeah, we had Kevin Christian on for it. It was our State of the Union, if you will. But yeah, there's some good content. And again, if you want, I can try to chop it up to you, and like I can maybe even make like a YouTube clip of just the Flyers talk. If you really like don't want to try to sift through it on the last one. But yeah, there was some good stuff there. I even think Keith. I even think Keith like called you out during you said something about you mentioned the sandwich bet. But yeah. But yeah, chat. While we're wrapping it up, any other final thoughts, questions, comments? Get them in now. I'm gonna give you the 2-minute warning. It's 8:56. At 8:58, I want to wrap it on up. So yeah. Hopefully next week episode we'll be talking about the Knicks of the Hawks. Yeah. What's the schedule? Of course, I clicked the button I shouldn't have clicked. Game 4 would be Monday. So yeah, next week's show, assuming there's no Game 5, next week's show will be on Wednesday. If there is a Game 5, stay tuned. We'll figure that out, Keith and I. I might get tailbone surgery, and if I do, it's during your show, and I guess I'll be awake during surgery. Hey, man. Again, if you guys can't watch it live, we almost always, as long as there's no technical difficulties, put the show up on YouTube. We always put the whole thing up. Every now and then we put like a little clip up as well. So yeah, you don't ever feel like, although I love it and we love and need and want the live viewership, we also you can still support us via the YouTube channel. And in fact, I'm going to start really digging in as soon as some free time rolls out. A couple more weekends and we'll get... In fact, I got that Monday off. So we're going to be doing some digging into making the stream quality of life in general just better. Hopefully, more platforms and the whole nine. So just stay tuned. Popcorn Gate. Keith, you weren't here. I thought I kind of would need you. The nice part of it, but I challenged Popcorn Guy, aka Skinny Twiggy Mac Miller, to a fight. Chat thought it was unlike me to want to insinuate violence, as it's not very like me. I just said, I'm a case by case guy, and in this case, I want violence as long as it's on my Twitch.tv, as long as it's on our Twitch channel. We gotta get the credit. I want the publicity here. Stephen A. I don't even like saying Stephen A's name on this thing. We ignore Atlanta throwing. Yeah, look, it happens everywhere, man. New York, someone just got spit on. Isn't getting spit on with coronavirus like being a thing way more significant than popcorn? But here's the thing, because it's just like media stations have agendas to get ratings. Everything's about ratings. So what draws ratings is Philadelphia being the butt end of a joke. And if you want that to stop doing stupid things. It's as simple as that. We need people to stop doing this shit at the games. Yeah, I addressed the look. I don't like running on the field. Baseball's already a game that's got built-in stops and stuff like that, and I don't need guys running on the field. And I honestly don't understand why people cheer for it when it happens. It makes no sense to me. It's not entertaining. I'm there to watch baseball or whatever sport it is, not some asshole with no shirt on running around on the field. I'm not a fan of it in any city, and I'm especially sick of it in this city where when I go on the road and support my colors, I got to hear about it. I will say this, chat. Oh man, this should have been the title of the show. This is going to be the YouTube title. I hope I remember it. I'd still rather be known for throwing popcorn at Russell Westbrook than snowballs at Santa. Make that a chat. Can we get some t-shirts made up? Is that not a good saying? Is that not making lemonade? Life gives you lemons. Oh no, I'm proud of myself for that one. I would much rather be known for dumping popcorn on Russell Westbrook than throwing snowballs at Santa. If a fan runs on the field, players should have the right to hit them. Well, that's happened. Send it to Jeff. Yeah. Shout out to Jeff, our graphics guy, who's done all of our War Room Philly logos and our emotes. Drop those emotes in chat if you got them. But yeah, chat. I said 9:58, or I said 8:58. It's 9:02. As always, I'm my own worst program director. But yeah, I think that's a good final thought to end on. Popcorn greater than snowball. Actually, no. Popcorn is horrible. I hate popcorn. Not a fan. It gets stuck in your teeth. The only taste is salt and butter. It actually has no sustenance to it. Ugh. I just, yeah, I'm not a fan of the popcorn. Popcorn, as Phyllis would say. But yeah, chat. You guys have been wonderful. It's been a fun one, Keith. I see you. Keith's here. Keith's like, all right, even though I'm not here, I'm still gonna move you along. And I'll be safe. Yes, Stun. Thank you for that. That's another one. Yeah, Memorial Day weekend. It's the first big weekend, sort of post-pandemic, as we're sort of hopefully riding our way out of this, as we're all getting vaxxed up. As I'm official, fully vaccinated, haven't sprouted wings. A couple days, a little bit of discomfort and fatigue, worth it. Because you know what else I did that day I got that second needle? I got myself tickets to Citizens Bank Park, Dead & Company. Let's go! Shout out to Jay Ziggy in the other room for making my dreams come true. Got those tickets for me while I was at work. Not only that, got tickets a row in front. We're going to be right with the boys. So, yeah. Citizens Bank Park, Dead & Company, going to be for my first concert at Citizens Bank Park. I am so excited. So I'm not here to try to be a PSA analyst or anything, but let's all get vaccinated so we can all hang out. That's my simple thoughts on it. Like, if you got health problems and you've been told by a doctor you shouldn't do it, by all means, don't do it. If it's a religious thing or anything, by all means, it's a free country. But if you're just spitting some stupid shit, oh man, I wouldn't say don't drink too much, but I'd be a hypocrite. Yeah, drink. Just if you're gonna drink too much, don't get behind the wheel, and try not to bother people too much. Try. Don't commit crimes. But if you're gonna drink too much, you can get a slosh. Just don't be weird afterwards, which some people tend to do. Right? But yeah, guys, enjoy that weekend. I got word today that the Monday is off. So now we're like, all right, let's work hard and get out early tomorrow. So yeah. Chat. Benford, we'll see. I personally, chat, at this point, I forget, I think they're going to be announcing MVP and rookie, all those. They might be doing that kind of soon and during the playoffs. And all I'm saying is, if Joel Embiid doesn't get the MVP, he is going to unleash wrath upon teams. I kind of hope that they wait until the Eastern Conference Finals, and now I'm almost like, I hope they don't give it to him. And then he just tears apart. Hopefully the Sixers are in it. And then whatever team, they just rips them apart. I am the MVP. He just goes Embiid Hulk. That's my final thoughts. Embeast. Release the Embeast. I think you're going to see him game 3. But yeah, I mean, if these guys don't get it, they might get that extra motivation. And look, I don't care about individual awards. I want a parade. And if it doesn't happen this year, we don't riot yet. But it's been a fun one, chat. You guys have been killer. Thank you all so much for tuning in, both live and on demand. Remember, twitch.tv/warroomphilly if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on Twitch and you ever want to follow the YouTube channel, just go in and you can type in War Room Philly. You should be able to find us. If you ever can't find us for whatever reason, let me know, because I'm curious about that. Because we don't actually have an actual link yet. But I feel like if you type in War Room Philly, we should pop right up. Subscribe to my channel. I think it's Anthony Pinto for YouTube. Yeah, then keep those notifications on and you're always up to date. And guys, check the YouTube comments. We interact on YouTube just like we interact on Facebook. Let's just, out of vanity, let's go and check the last video. We've had the Devonta Smith clip has been trending in a very, very positive view. 886 views. The clip of Devonta Smith, our live reactions, and that's exciting. That was a fun show, guys. Thank you guys for joining that one too. But I digress. Chat, it has been wonderful. Have a safe, happy, and healthy holiday weekend. Can't wait to see you back next week. We'll be talking whatever it is that's going on next week. With that in mind, I am Anthony Pinto, and we are out of here.